the spread of monkeypox is a growing global concern. In fact, the CDC has confirmed one case in Massachusetts and is investigating possible cases in other states across the nation. Our Dr. Kohli joins us live to break down the facts.
Okay, so we really need to know, are we on the verge of another pandemic? Because we can't take it.
Yes. Yeah,
Good
please
point.
no,
Good
please.
point.
I got good news, guys. No. So monkeypox is very different than COVID, which we've been dealing with. So first of all, it's not a new virus. It's been around since the late 1950s, so we know about it. Second, we have a vaccine that works for it. So a monkeypox specific vaccine, but also smallpox vaccine. Anyone who's gotten that has cross protection against monkeypox. And third, it's not spreading nearly as efficiently. It's not as transmissible. It requires prolonged close contact. It's not aerosol spread like COVID was. You can't just casually catch it. So even if, God forbid, the worst situation happened where we had an outbreak, what the CDC and WHO would do is something called ring vaccination. Vaccinate everyone who may have been exposed to the person that has monkeypox, and we'd be able to contain it.
Oh, that's good news.
Yeah, some good news. I'll take it now. What if you think you have been exposed? Like, what symptoms would you see? And we're going to show some images. So I want to give a full disclosure. This graphic content is coming. But tell us, like, what should we look for?
Yeah, it can be pretty bad. I mean, the rash can get really bad.
Wow.
So it starts out kind of in the early stages, just like a flu would, or even COVID or anything else. You could have fevers, you can have chills, muscle aches, and fatigue. What's different here, guys? Swollen lymph nodes, so lumps and bumps in the armpits and the groins that might actually be painful. And then about 3 days in, you get a rash that starts on your face. That's where the pox comes from, and then spreads kind of all over your body. And it looks a little bit like a chickenpox rash. It's vesicles that can then cause sloughing of the skin. And the illness can last 2 weeks or longer. So it's actually a pretty prolonged illness.
Jeez. There's one thing that I want to address because I've seen a lot of it on our viewer chat room. There have been reports that this is occurring more prevalently in the LGBTQIA+ community. Is there truth to that? And how can we make sure that that doesn't turn into a discriminatory narrative?
Yeah, great point. There is truth to that. So what we're seeing here is that it seems to be occurring more commonly in men who are having sex with men. Now, we don't understand exactly why that is, if that's because of behavioral reasons, just because when you're having sex, you have close contact with somebody else, and that's a way to spread it, or whether something may have changed in the virus where it now may be more transmitted through sexual fluids, because traditionally it's not been a sexually transmitted infection, it's been respiratory droplets. So we think it's probably a combination of both, but we don't yet know exactly why that's occurring. But it's important to keep in mind that that's not the only community that can be affected, regardless of your sexual orientation, your gender, your race. Everybody could be at risk for this just with close contact that's prolonged.
Well, I think the more you know, right? So I'm glad that you told us the symptoms, everything, because then hopefully
And showed us the symptoms.
Oh my gosh, you can control it. Thank you so much, Dr. Kohli, as always. And if you have a question you'd like Dr. Kohli to answer, write to us on social media or info@dailyblastlive.com.